So this is sort of the setup, and this was in the incident action plan, and you can see we have officer, IRT, that sector, and then there's another officer, there's another. So this is the subdivision supervisor who's in charge of those 3 people. We try to keep in the span of control so no one's in charge of too many people. And then there's the North Division. And really, I mean, you can't cross that finish line once it's set up. So it's important, and this is all very specific. We have a lot of different radio channels. It didn't work perfectly. The plan we had at the time was that if anything happened, for the whole fire detail, all those 57 people, they'd talk on channel 3. Our normal fire ground channel is channel 2. So at the time, we thought, well, if there is a fire, say that one of those response teams identifies that it's actually not a central station, that it's a real fire, we'll just deal with our normal response and they'll talk on channel 2. What we didn't anticipate was that it would be a mixture. That the incident would be half detail people and half field people. And so some stuff was set on channel 2 and some stuff was set on channel 3. Eventually, Fire Alarm made the decision that, I believe they said, the command channel, everyone will do all the ops stuff on channel 2 and all the command information will be on channel 3. But when I play the tape for you later, you'll see it was a little confusing. It's really a once-in-a-lifetime event, so it gets tricky. And then, to top things off, about 6 or 7 minutes after 2 bombs go off at the finish line, we have an explosion at the JFK Library. I'm telling you, I interviewed all these people. Everyone who was treating the victims thought they were going to die. The probability, think about this. We thought we were under attack. The police were sending units to City Hall. They go, oh my God, they're going after government buildings. The Cambridge police sent somebody to the JFK Library thinking maybe they're attacking buildings with the name Kennedy in them. It was crazy, it was insane the first 30, 60 minutes that day. But if you're on the finish line, you're treating someone, there's already been 2 bombs. Then there was a controlled explosion, which I still haven't been able to figure out, near the command trailer. And it's still a little fuzzy what exactly that was, but everyone heard it. And then you hear on the radio that there's a bomb that went off at the JFK. What do you think the probability is that there's a secondary device waiting to kill you? Pretty high. So this is approximately the table of organization for that day. So the incident commander, under the plan, was supposed to be the on-duty deputy, and that's the way it worked. So then you got the liaison officer, that's the deputy of the police, the safety officer on duty, public information officer, Steve McDonald. And then under the deputy in the field would be Marathon Operations, Deputy Chief, Planning Section Chief, Chief Bird, Finance and Administration, Logistics. Logistics was important. That's what we put Fire Alarm, Finance and Administration. I don't know, it's important long term, but it wasn't important for the first 30 minutes. So under the chief, you got the North Division, the South Division, Kenmore, which is Kenmore Square near Fleming Park, and then the hazmat group. And actually, so this is the way it would work, but then of course we also had companies respond. There's Jimmy Plot. Jimmy works, that's that famous photo, so the iconic photo of the marathon. Jimmy works in the firehouse. You would have no idea how badly he got teased because of this photo over the next couple of days after the marathon. He did a great job. He's a wonderful kid. Now, so again, that's the Boston Public Library. You'll hear people talk about this. This is something called Ring Road. There's a street there called Ring Road. There were actually 2 bombs. Okay, that's what the first one looked like, that was the second one. So when you hear the radio traffic, I want you to be able to put things in perspective because you're not familiar with Boston. But anyone in Boston, on the Boston Fire Department, when they said we have an explosion that went off at Boylston and Ring Road, we all know what that is, and I'm just trying to put it in perspective for you. And that's an aside of Boston Public Library. That's still atrium in the middle, it's designed like a Venetian or something like this. Okay, now, this also is important. This is the medical tent area. This is the finish line. So obviously all the medical people are rushing in this direction. So where do you think they all stopped? First bomb site. Very few continued on to the second bomb site. Why would they? There was enough work at the first bomb site, but that becomes important. Here's the second bomb site. Well, if you've ever been there, engine 33 and lab 15 and just up the street here. The parade, the marathon route comes like this, and then down. Their firehouse is on the other side of the route. Engine 17 and ladder 7, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. They had responded to ComApp for a gas leak of odor gas, which was negative. But they were a block away from the second bomb site, or 2 blocks, and so fire alarm dispatched them, and they got there. So fortunately, we had 16 firefighters respond to the second bomb site in probably 3 minutes. Very helpful at the second